Hi guys, and welcome back to Moto Joshing. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Scorpion exhaust. I didn't really touch too much upon it in my mods video. I wanted to do a review of it on its own, so sorry if this is a bit of a sounds like an out of breath thing. This mic is a bit crazy, but hopefully it'll be okay. So on this bike, because of the way the exhaust and the cat is, you actually have to replace the full exhaust. There's no just putting a new back pipe on it. It's all one kit. So I did it myself. I think it worked out pretty well. It took me about 4 or 5 hours of constant fiddling to get it right. So stainless steel headers into mainly stainless steel, and then obviously the carbon Serkat Scorpion exhaust. So is it worth the 500 quid? I think the answer is definitely yes. The first thing I did was take the baffle out of it, and I enjoy it without the baffle. Means that people can hear me coming when I'm commuting, and it's already quite dirty on the exhaust itself. But again, I think this stuff is tricky to clean, certainly in Scotland when it rains, pretty much every other day. So it's definitely a bit tricky, but not only does the exhaust sound better, but there's actually more power across the entire rev range on the bike. So there's definitely an increase in change to the way the bike rides. You can stay in first all the way to 20 mile an hour without the bike screaming now, and it just kind of bumped me up a couple of, probably a half gear up to where I was before. And it does mean that 30 mile an hour is a kind of a tricky one, that it's between second and third or second, depending on if you want the engine screaming a little bit, or if you want to just trot on nicely. Both work, but obviously it's a bit different. But now I know when you do exhausts, these things never quite sound right. But I did do a clip, which I'll show you in a moment, which I had a session just clamped to the back peg, so you can hear it gurgling and crackling, and that's certainly something that is quite nice to listen to. Left my indicator on, but I'll let you hear the exhaust. So I know these things never do it justice. It is quite noisy, but definitely doesn't sound like a tractor anymore. So definitely big thumbs up. The other good thing about the Scorpion is that you don't have to repack it. That's good forever. Yeah, I would say of all the things you should do, this is probably one of them. I've seen obviously Yoshi pipes and Two Brothers and all the rest of it, but for me personally, Scorpion are probably the best coming out of the UK in this market. It's probably made in Vietnam, but they're a UK company first, so I thought I'd give them a bash. And seen a couple of reviews on it elsewhere, and it looked great. The one thing to note is that it does come with the lambda sensor, so in the UK and Europe, if it's an ER6F, then it will have that sensor, but I think in America they sell it without the sensor, so you do have to get an end cap. It basically just fits on it, and you can kind of just see the sensor through that gap there, which you probably never make out on the GoPro, but once you start looking at the exhaust, you'll know exactly what I mean. And my exhaust came with a cap, so even if you're ordering it in America, I'm sure you'll be fine. Anyway guys, thanks very much. Catch you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed the next clip of it gurgling away. And just wanted to let you know, obviously, of all the mods, that one is the most expensive. But I think definitely justified, and once you've done it, you get to enjoy it for the rest of the time. The other thing as well, Scorpion actually does a reduced cost as well, so if you actually manage to scratch that one up or have a crash and screw the exhaust completely, they'll actually replace it for the next one for half price. So that's definitely a plus too. Just make sure. What I would say is, obviously, if you are putting an exhaust on, again, certainly within the UK, then I got charged to obviously add that additionally to my insurance policy. So it's the usual charges you get, but it is what it is, and it's probably the way to go. Anyway guys, I thought I'd just talk a bit more about the exhaust itself and let you know my thoughts. you could definitely fit it yourself. What I'd say, probably a second pair of hands in parts was good, just to hold up bits while you were tightening it and all the rest of it. But definitely, you know, a thumbs up from me. But no problem, guys. See you on the next one.